Welcome back to Northwest Elite Spirit, the channel you come to train your mind, body, and spirit. I'm Coach Brian. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do that now and make sure to ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of my newest releases. This is Magical Movements from Encounters with the Nagual, Conversations with Carlos Castaneda by Armando Torres from the chapter The Magical Passes. For some years, Carlos had been teaching some movements that he called magical passes to small groups because, according to him, the magical passes served to prevent energy from stagnating and forming balls. The play of the drum was one of the passes, the arrow to the right and left, and the dynamo were among the others. He said Don Juan would practice them at any time of day, wherever he happened to be. Mostly he would do them before or after carrying something, or when he had been in the same position for a long while. The matter interested me a lot because I myself practiced some oriental postures and was generally inclined towards physical exercises. Therefore, at the first opportunity that presented itself, I asked Carlos where he had learned the magical passes. He answered saying, "They are the heritage of the ancient Seers." At that time, Carlos was not often seen in public, but little by little, his secrecy had become less rigid, and large groups of people began to approach him. As he began to teach the passes in public, Carlos began to change them somewhat, making them more complicated and dividing them into categories. He ended up giving them the name taken from architecture, Tensegrity, which he told us was the combination of the two terms tension and integrity. From the very first, there were some detractors, resentful people who, without stopping to appreciate the practical side of the exercises, began to spread the word that Carlos had just invented them. When I mentioned that I was worried about this, he firmly said, "Tensegrity is my intent. A Nagual has authority, and this is my gift to the world." Don Juan and his warriors taught their apprentices many specific movements which filled us with energy and well-being and helped free us from the yoke of the predatory foreign mind. My role has been to modify them slightly, taking them out of the sphere of the personal and adapting them to people in general so that they become useful to a wider group of practitioners. Carlos told me that the method he had chosen in the beginning of teaching the magical passes in a limited form was in certain ways a failure, since those who were moved to practice them were too few to accumulate enough energetic mass. So in this new phase, he had created a system able to impact on the awareness of multitudes. Carlos said to me, "My cohorts and I will open a great door in man's energy. That fissure is so powerful that it will last for ages, and those who approach it to look inside will be swallowed into another world. With Tensegrity, what I seek is to train those who are interested so they can support that transition. Those who do not have enough discipline will perish in the intent." The plan of disclosing the teachings is the summary of 30 years of practices and experiments. As a man and as a Nagual, I have done as much as I have been able to do to make it work because I know that the collective mass of many warriors can cause a commotion in the modality of our time.